and welcome to Star Trek Beyond the Veil. Also, as per usual, a big thanks to Claire, who has designed this ridiculously good-looking overlay. As
No
per
problem.
usual. Yes.
Someday I will actually get what I'm meant to be doing done.
Overlay.
We're not currently live.
We are.
No problem.
Yeah.
Someday I will actually get what I'm meant to be doing
Now we're
done.
live.
Apologies, I did not realise I had my audio playing on YouTube there, so there would have been some feedback. Apologies. So, you're based on Narendra Station as part of the U.S.S. Plymouth. This has been set up to explore to the east what's known as the Shackleton Expanse. Up until now, it's a lot of long-range sensors have not been able to penetrate that area and map it out. Short-range probes have been used to sort of map out stuff around the edges, but because of the background radiation and the interference from various sort of spatial anomaly, nobody has sent ships in. Mostly because there were other worries in the area. As on the map, there are three colours: the green, the blue, and the red. Each of those was, until recently, a hostile power to each other. Somewhat recently, give or take 5 to 10 years ago, the Romulan Star Empire, the capital city, the capital planet of it, the homeworld of the Romulans, was destroyed in what's known as a supernova, which is known as the Hobus supernova incident. Nobody knows what caused it. Still, there is some evidence, but it's currently not entirely sure what has happened there. But the entire planet was cracked in half by a supernova that actually happened a few systems away. During which, an ambassador from Starfleet, Ambassador Spock, was lost in the accident.
Not Spock.
You've seen 09, haven't you?
Yeah.
I can't do this thing, but you know.
Then you know what happened to him.
Yeah, I can't do it, so that's a special gift from me.
Been able to do this since I've been like 8. Because I've watched.
I can do this
Because
I've only watched 2 of the movies.
I have watched all of it to date, except for the original series. I'm not a big fan.
I've watched the Chris Pine one, I think, and that's it.
Hey, it's a good start. Too much lens flare for my liking, but it was still not a bad movie.
That's the closest
I
you'll
don't
get
remember
probably from
anything
me.
about it, apart from Chris Pine was in it.
I managed to do it. Granted, not as much distance, but...
Well, you get used to it. It becomes muscle habit.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's if the arthritis doesn't play out.
You kids
So-
those gang signs.
So as I've said in the YouTube description, apologies, Twitch doesn't get to fit that many characters in. The ship is on a 5-year mission, and that 5-year mission is to explore the Shackleton Expanse. After the collapse of the Romulan Star Empire, the Klingons and the Federation were already on kind of good terms at that point because of actions taken during a previous war called the Dominion War, and various other sort of cooperations along the lines. So they have now, between the 3 areas, have signed a peace deal and a sort of an oath of cooperation in what's called the Beta Quadrant of the Milky Way galaxy. So this is why your ship is being sent in, not as the first ship, but as one of the more long-term ships to go in. Which is why you have been assigned 2 separate characters. Two characters from outside of Starfleet. One is the First Officer. The First Officer, Nakar Vash. No, not Nakar Vash. Nakar Vash is... Yes. Nakar Vash is the intelligence officer who is also sitting beside the captain at this stage, who is a Romulan, former member of the Romulan intelligence services, who were very well known at just being nasty pieces of work. To anybody else in the galaxy who has heard of the Romulans and has heard of the Tal Shiar, it is a name that was feared. This person, however, joined what's now referred to as the Romulan Republic, that was set up some years after the homeworld of the Romulans was exploded. This is obviously a democratically elected Romulan people's government. But yes, we do indeed have... Oh, have I got that open up twice? I do. That's why I have so many tabs. Did I close Larian's tab? I did. Of course I did. That would be silly. Larian, hold on. And Orion from the Klingon... the KDF, the Klingon Defense Forces, who has been assigned to be first officer in this mission, obviously to provide some impartiality and maybe a bit more understanding of how the Klingons would handle things, which is usually kill them, but that's why they've sent you rather than a Klingon, because you're at least a bit more cool-headed than that. Did they insult your mother? Yes. The answer is not kill them. Which, if you know anything of Star Trek, is what Klingons would do. They are a very honor-bound species, and as such, it's kind of it's been a hard sort of trek getting up to the level you're at in the KDF. We also have our beloved captain, Revan Terral.
Greetings.
Hailing from the planet Rigel, being one of the Rigelian Jelna. Captain has seen a few years of service. He's not the longest serving person on ship, but has actually quite risen up the ranks fairly quickly. His very bold nature and can-do attitude has got quite a bit of work done within Starfleet, but this is his first command. His own ship.
No pressure then.
No pressure then. Next we'll go... Who is next in the list? Because we are going right to left. It's Seamus O'Flaherty, the Chief Science Officer.
How about you?
He has had a very, very, very sort of like brief career in Starfleet at this stage, but he's very well read. He has gained some friends along the way, and is quite well known amongst the Tellarite members of the crew. It has been known that he has held an argument with the Tellarite for 7 days straight. This is a species that does not like to lose arguments.
Dear God.
I still won.
That's why they respect you. Genuinely, if a Tellarite tries to argue with somebody and they just agree with them straight off the bat, a Tellarite hates you. You have to argue with the Tellarite. It's part of their culture. The fact that I just used that word when you using that accent just makes it even funnier.
Yep. It helps if they don't understand you.
True that, yeah. You are on your character sheet as well, just for a couple of extra bits and pieces. Focuses are your character's specialities. It's if you're making any other role, that will influence how that role goes. Talents are like D&D feats. I have a list of them, and I will let you know what they do when they come up. But one of your talents is walking encyclopedia.
I have.
You are.
I am the library.
You are the. I think I read a book on that once.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it's the. I think I saw that one once. It works.
Which one was
I've
David
got the
Attenborough?
giant book once.
Or I heard a podcast. Whichever works.
Good idea, David Attenborough.
And you're a lieutenant junior grade, so out of the party members, you are one of the lower sort of ranks of them. You're not the lowest ranked person on the ship, not by far. But the fact that you are head of sciences actually tells you something more than anything. Your sciences department is a lot of lower level officers, not too many in the higher ranks at this stage.
That's fair.
That, and the person who was initially pegged to be the head of sciences is actually in another part of the ship and did not wish to be bridge crew. They wished to remain in astrometrics. So you have a dedicated astrometrics lab, which is obviously pulls up star charts, maps out the areas, places anomalies here and there, and notifies the ship of any upcoming threats and issues. And of course, you're human, so whether or not you're actually from Ireland, it's up to yourself. You could be from Mars, you could be from the moon. People live in both.
Because no, he was born in England.
Also would work, yeah.
Which was right.
Yeah. It's alright, you might have...
Is so point.
Possibly, yeah. Especially whenever people mention Miles O'Brien.
We're going to talk about that.
Who is a very famous Irish-born Starfleet officer. Played by Colin Meaney, for anybody who knows him. Next is... Yeah. Next is the Chief of Security. Previous member of the Bajoran militia, and was stationed on Deep Space Nine for some time after its occupation. Jack Sorrell.
Xarel, that's yours. Here to help. Anything you defending? Let me know. Anywhere a space rat gets near it, it's turning into Swiss cheese, and maybe next week's dinner if it gets close enough to these babies.
Always seems to carry a couple of extra phasers.
What can I say? You got a problem that can't be solved with a gun? Use a bigger gun.
This is very standard for a Bajoran militia. Lived through sort of hard times. The 20-year occupation of Bajor was not a nice time. The species, the Cardassians, pretty much occupied that area for 20 years and held down the Bajoran people very hard. Lots of pressure, lots of damage done. Took quite a while for the relations between the two to normalize after the end of it.
Just immediately imagined some Kardashian.
Just as terrifying.
Definitely first putting Swiss cheese on the list.
I mean, what? Both oppressive regimes with inherent amounts of backing to keep that money train rolling? Nah, I don't really see.
I'll pop them like the balloon they are.
You said it.
Pop, 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 pop. Fifth one was the lips. Damn balloons.
And
I was thinking.
last and certainly not least is the chief engineer, who's currently sitting at Ops, which is a station on the bridge that is more for directing engineering teams, damage control, and sort of keep making sure the engines are keeping running and such. Azala Sela, a member of the Trill. The Trill are a species that go through quite a significant amount of training and sort of testing to see if they are compatible with a symbiote. There are quite a few Trill symbiotes that need hosts, and they have been around for thousands of years at this stage. So the selection process is quite rigorous. You need to be a very, very gifted individual to be selected. And obviously having a symbiote gives you access to their past memories and past lives. Your surname, Sela, is actually the name of your symbiote as well. So sort of it's a shared name for anybody who held that symbiote. And, well, yeah, you as a person are a very sort of artistic, sort of a creative individual, but a chief engineer at that as well. So you've come up with some very interesting inventions over your time. But more than anything, you are a specialist in holographic systems. Anything that uses that. And also, there's the name of the thing I was trying to remember earlier. Replicators. Not fabricators.
Yeah.
Replicators.
That was it.
Some ships will have... Most ships will have their canteen is just an area with 2 or 3 replicators and some seats. Your ship does actually have a chef assigned to it because of how long term the voyage is going to be. So somebody who is willing to cook and like sort of give that more, what you call it, homey feel to the canteen as well. It's not that chef. No. It's not a robot chef.
Beautiful image there.
Mostly because of kind of issues that are ongoing in the Federation at the moment. Which I will not spoil because of Star Trek Picard. Needless to say, synthetics are not currently favoured in amongst it all.
So I've probably been painting figures that can fit this.
Nope, but that's okay. We won't need them. Most of this is going to be theatre of the mind rather than anything else, and that's what I prefer in this case.
Yeah.
So
I'll just get a picture of one of them. In the meantime, so if you just just to get a picture.
Of course. Where is my lists? Okay, so things that we'll start with. There are resources in this system called momentum and threat. Those are used kind of like a pool of resources. If you get above the required number of successes for a roll, you generate momentum. You can then spend momentum on dice to make your rolls easier.
Oh.
So, for every momentum you spend, you get an additional dice on that roll.
Oh, someone's painted this as Judge Dredd? But that's what comes to my mind. Obviously without the copyright infringement.
Well, of course.
How do additional dice help if you want a lower roll? Does it just give you a greater margin to roll under, or...?
No. Each dice, it's the individual number that matters, not the total.
Oh, okay, right. Got you.
So,
Okay.
if say your roll was under a 15, and you rolled 3 dice, you could end up with more under 15 than you would normally. It's just it's a good way of leveraging maybe something that you're like, I need to succeed. You can generate dice. Certain things.
Blow something up, I need to succeed.
Yeah, so like, I of course, as much as possible, will tell you what the role is if it's something specific. Otherwise, give me your reasoning in case you think you want to use something different. So if you think I think that it would actually be a science role rather than I say it's an engineering role. I might be like, yeah, fair enough, makes sense. You might have something related to it that would make sense for it to be science, stuff like that. So, threat is actually the opposite of momentum. It's momentum for me. If you roll a 20 on your dice, it's a fumble. I get a threat. Or I can choose to put a complication on you for what you've just done. So say you've succeeded at the roll, but one of your dice was also a 20. You've succeeded, but you've caused...
You've succeeded, but your arms come off.
Or depend, like,
No,
I wish to plot a course. You've succeeded, but there's something in the way you didn't know about.
It's just a flesh wound.
It's like, you're pulled into a gravity ebb. Things like that. You can have a maximum of 6 of either of them. Other things can spend them as well, but the primary is adding more dice.
Do we add these anywhere into our sheet?
No, because it's a party pool, so I'll keep track.
Okay.
So, for ease sake, I have busted out my beads. So, currently, we will start with 3 momentum and 0 threat.
Oh, but you mean 1, because I'm here.
You're not a threat to me. When you get into combat, the standard weapon is called the Mark II hand phaser. Simple as tiny little gun, it goes pew. It fires a laser. As standard, I'm going to assume that your phasers are set to stun. If you want to change it, you need to take your action, like in D&D, move action. What's referred to as move, minor action, action, but in D&D would be move action, bonus action, action. So you would have to take a bonus action to swap your phaser to another setting. Other settings include stun is intense, which means it's harder for the person to stay awake if they take a certain amount of damage. Area, which allows you to hit more than one target. Piercing, which is you've set it to I want to kill this person, or I want this to definitely go through their armor. And vicious, which is I want to do as much damage as possible.
Oh damn!
Obviously, if you've already got it set to stun, you can also take something called an aim action to give yourself a reroll on your dice as well. Certain things like this. I will. Yeah. The Orions were never dealt a good hand in the initial Star Trek and haven't shown up too much.
Literally every sentence is, they release pheromones that men can't control themselves around. And then I was like, I wonder what they eat, and I was reading it, and literally they have like 10 food items listed.
Yep.
And literally, like, the second sentence is, this is a famous aphrodisiac. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. You guys are really, like, the Orions are not given a fair whip of it.
Yeah. And apparently all we drink is hard liquor, and we use heavy spices, most of which is drugs, in brackets, aphrodisiacs.
To be honest,
Okay.
that's mostly because a large portion of Orions are usually illegal traders of some description. Smugglers, pirates, and the like. I'm going to drop in this. Don't read the adventure in it, but if you wish to have a sort of overview of rules and stuff like that, peruse at your leisure.
I learn best when I play.
Exactly, which is why I didn't send you this like hours ago, because it would have been a lot easier this way. So, This mission is just a mission called Signals. All we need. So, the captain's log, stardate 48311.3. Don't worry about what that actually means. It corresponds to an actual date. You've received a message from Narendra Station that a runabout called the Susquehanna has gone missing in the Carina Nebula deep within the Shackleton Expanse. Oh. Who was that?
Oh, sorry, that was me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Could hear myself there. Sorry, that threw me a little bit. 1 second. Just want to make sure everything's still running. Susquehanna was investigating an unusual alien signal that originated within the nebula when all contact was lost. We've been ordered to enter the nebula, find the runabout, and determine the origin and cause of the alien signal. Starfleet has also advised that Ferengi and Nausicaan ships have been sighted in the area, so we should exercise caution because they may have detected that signal as well. This is obviously being relayed to the ship by Station Command. The Ferengi are a species of space capitalists.
Yeah, just don't trust anything that comes out of their mouths.
They are trying to sell you your own mother, or their mother. No.
Boy, they'll sell their own mothers. Let's be real.
They will. Yeah. They will sell. They would sell you the only air they breathe if they could.
This bad boy can fit so much bodies in it. What about cargo space? No, car doesn't do that. Car stay on the road.
Ha 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 ha. As part of the Federation, I know obviously you guys are supposed to be the good guys. You guys have like a set sort of.
The bad guys.
No, you guys are the good guys. You have rules to follow, your regulations to follow. So shooting to kill, big no-no. Unless it is genuinely like
life or death.
If it's life threatening, yeah, shoot to kill.
God.
Which is
They
why
tried to sell me my liver.
fair enough. It's all right. We can grow you a new one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can actually do that. Cool.
Why did you do it? Why did you kill all of them? Well, they were mining for cryptocurrency. Fair.
If there was any Star Trek species that would be mining for cryptocurrency, it would be the Ferengi.
Yeah.
They do actually. They are the only. They are the only species to have created their own currency that's left in setting. Really, gold pressed Latin them.
Buy the blood torpedoes. Leave none alive.
They are not nice people. The Nausicaans. Ha ha ha.
Oh god.
Let me see if I can find a picture of a Nausicaan. They're very well known for being pirates. They're very well known for being mercenaries.
Do you want as a piratery?
Yes.
Mercenaries and capitalists.
Woo!
Fun time.
Are they the Nosferatu looking ones, or?
Well, you're going to see in a second because we'll pop one onto the
gosh,
the screen for that one.
Oh, what the hell? I see what the script just gets more air on.
Damn it. I love it whenever things don't save as actual images.
Yeah. That's what I'm like.
Let's save as a WebP. I'm like, yeah, that's going to work.
Did anyone else hear that, or was that me?
I
No, I
heard something, I didn't know what it was.
I was just going to ignore it.
That too. So, a Nausicaan.
Oh.
That is a Nausicaan.
Is my fan okay, or is it blowing air into the mic?
No, seems
Yeah.
fine.
That's bad.
Oh. Okay.
They look like Predator. Without fangs.
A little.
They are kind of predatory. So,
Click.
also, just as an interesting little side note, once I extend this out, this is where you're currently in orbit around Narendra Station. Starbase 364. Oop. Multiple floors of stuff. Is there anything that your characters would like to do after receiving that message?
Buy ammo. Oh wait, you can make ammo. We don't need to buy it.
Nope. You don't even need... Well, ammunition is just parcels for you guys.
Just a few extra. You never know.
Well, you can replicate them.
Exactly.
All you have, every crew member has their own Type 2 phaser.
Nice.
No, I better make some for myself.
And we're going after a missing ship?
Yep.
Missing ship and alien signal. So I would probably, while I'm on the station, I assume they have some sort of cartographer or star map room.
You have one on your ship.
Oh, well, I'll probably... Well, I'll probably assemble... Well, when we get on the ship, I'll probably just assemble everyone in the cartography room just to map everything on it. But I can do that after anyone has anything else they want to do before then.
Of course.
Would like to go for a few drinks and see if anybody's heard any news, any rumors, any information.
Okay. Give me a presence command roll. This shall be our first roll of the game.
Disciplines command 1, there's 1d20 roll?
Nope, you still roll 2d20. You add your presence stat plus your command stat, and then you have to roll under.
Command stat, quickly. There's my stats there. Let me give you some under as well. 8, 9. Fantastic.
Yeah, you're not the commanding guy generally, but you still roll it. No issues at all.
Oh, 1.
Nice.
A natty 1, 2 successes. Okay, so that gets you 1 additional beanie. Well,
Nice.
1 additional momentum, because it was difficulty 1 just to find out. What do you want to ask me? What information are you looking for?
We've heard the Ferengi and the Noskin are going to be flying around that area.
Yep.
Does anybody know the reason why?
The Ferengi are always looking for people to swindle or natural resources to claim and such. So you would believe that's why they would be in the area. The Nausicaans, you're not sure. Nobody seems to know why specifically they are in that area. They are usually found where the fighting needs done, or if there's something valuable that they need to take for a customer.
Right, so there's going to be some form of sweet loot there.
Could be.
Speaking of interest.
I will be right back just for a minute. I need to go to the bathroom. Apologies.
My force is in that one, so I'll be right back this week.
Sweet.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, good. So, what's our mission again? I know we're going there to find answers.
Find the source of the alien signal coming from the Shackleton Expanse, and find Seuss. Oh, this person called Seuss.
A person called Seuss.
But I don't think it's Zeus. I think it's more like Seuss, like Dr. Seuss. But they're not doctors. It's very important.
Oh god, I don't know which one I prefer to find, to be honest.
Given how rapey Zeus tends to be, I think I prefer the beloved children's author.
Yes. That's a pretty safe.
It's going to be a much more pleasant journey. Than Zeus being like, with a single lady's head, turns into a goose.
She turns into a goose.
He does, though.
I know he does. Man is Loki, but with more authority, which is just so bad.
Boy does it so much, it's in actual oil paintings. Academics and artists spend hours, weeks of their life, painting Zeus as a goose. The Zeus goose.
I mean, to be fair with like Rule 34 and just, the community in general, a lot
you
of people,
guys know we can still be heard, right?
Yeah.
We're just discussing we're
Zeus
just saying I'm going to find a person called Zeus, but they're not Zeus, which is very good.
Dr. Zeus, right? Zeus the goose.
Exactly. Oh god, no. Ooh.
Right, so they are space pirates. Chances are they're going to steal something. Ferengi being capitalists, they're there to also steal something. So there's something more stealing there. I dare say liberation of it,
Like I say,
for the good
they what's in them? Stunned? Gunned? I'm the one for the car.
Fantastic. Charge you that way, and we'll go that way and go get the stuff.
Just make sure you
only... I'm a distraction!
You just make sure those blasters are set to stun, okay?
Fine.
And please don't immediately start shooting. Well, at least try and
exactly. I'll just show them where the grenade looks.
Okay.
that's
To adopt the carrot and the stick approach. I'll show them the carrot, you show them the stick.
I know you Star Trek captains. So you showing your carrot, boy. Keep your carrots and your sticks to yourself.
In your case, it would be the carrot. It would be the potato and the stick.
It works for me. Just don't get your carrot chewed off. Combat's harder than you think.
I'm a little familiar with that phrase. Is that flirting? Because I'm not opposed, but time and place.
Good. He's getting into it already.
Uh-oh.
God, I hope it
It's
isn't.
nominated to deliver box. I'll be a second.
No worries. So,
Did I leave it outside of the front box?
Anybody?
I most certainly did.
Anybody wish to do anything else before they leave?
And there's my Doki poetry book. I don't want to lose that. That's one of my most precious things I wrote up.
What was I gonna do?
Say it again.
Yeah.
By the way, Twitch, prop.
It has orange on it. It's fine.
Clarify, prop.
Yeah.
We're good.
Helps me have something to fidget with.
This is true.
Very true.
So.
Oh, right. Yes, I was going to see if there was some way I could look up, like, get a trajectory for where that ship was going. Or what their, like, manifest or plans were.
Oh, actually, I would probably join you for that, because I like star mapping and stuff like that, so I might join you for that then.
This is more just reading stuff more than anything. Give me a reason con roll. What was the rolls? Aha!
3 and 12.
You've rolled a 3.
So,
and a 12.
meets it, beats it.
Meets it, beats it.
Two
So,
successes.
this is now where we introduce what focuses are. You have a focus in warp field dynamics, which also would help you track sort of the warp field of a ship. Your con score is 3. Because you have a focus in warp field dynamics, which applies here, that means that because you've rolled under 3, that's 2 successes. So the way your focuses work is whenever you roll under the number of your discipline, you gain 2 successes. So, another example, you're rolling a control engineering roll, and you roll, say, a 3 and a 9, and both of those successes, that would mean 3 successes in total. So in this case, you've gotten 3 successes. The difficulty was 2. So you get 1. So that was actually quite a hard roll to make at times. But you've made it correctly and have used your knowledge of warp field dynamics to determine the destination of this ship, which seems to be a planet of Seku, well, the system Seku, planet 6 in the system.
While they are doing that, can I read up on the people that they are? What sort of customs they have?
It's a Starfleet shuttle.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty much a science team that has been sent out to investigate an unusual alien signal.
Okay.
On a similar...
Yes, go ahead.
On a similar grounds, I'd like to... I don't know if my character would know any knowledge about these enemies we'll be facing, but is there any way of researching their weak points, their weaknesses?
Let me see if there's anything you would know.
Or is there any way of knowing?
Let me see.
You know, it'd be good to know where to hit a sunblast without, just hitting armor. Maybe you can hit that little joint.
The squishy bit.
Like a Centauran on the back of their neck.
That's an oldie.
So, for that, I would actually ask you to give me a insight security roll.
So I gotta get less than 15.
Security.
Ah, there's my 20.
Why is it?
Where'd that roll 3?
Why did that roll 3? Oh,
It just says rolling 2d20.
because it was compounding. I think it's because you rolled a 20. Don't worry about it.
If I do it like this... So rolls 1.
Apologies. I know what that was. It's okay.
I've not got it compounding here. It's separate. There.
My
Okay.
apologies.
Ay.
No worries. But the 20 and the 10 I was going to take anyway. Which is no issues at all.
Great, I come across some...
So
one of them put misinformation on the internet. Great.
So, I'll take that for later. You find some information just on the Nausicaans. They usually do wear armor, from what you can find, and it is quite tough to get through. So piercing on your Type 2 phaser would be sufficient to break through that armor. Ferengi, the Ferengi will surrender if you threaten them enough. They like living.
Where is... I need to grab a little thing. Sorry. Got notepads around. Where are you?
Ferengi starts shooting, just have you 20 quick and done.
If a Ferengi starts shooting, there's probably like something more valuable than anything else you have on their ship. Anybody else? Any questions?
So, here's the pirates.
Go ahead, Ethan.
If everyone else is preparing countermeasures, then I'd like to use my focus in cultural studies. Yes, I know, very, very important. But I'd like to use it to look up any Nausicaan and especially Ferengi negotiation techniques. It's cultural values, anything important that I can use to barter, persuade, possibly swindle them with if it comes to it.
Give me a reason command roll. And 1 second. What
Reason command.
your
2d20.
talents are? Okay, that and that. Yep. Give me a second, and I will double check the talent list just to see if there's anything that may assist. Nope, that's only when using fitness or daring. That's only for security. Using a presence. Okay. Yep, that's no worries.
2d20 coming up.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. Why?
Nope.
Plus
13 and 20. That's your two rolls.
Ooh,
Is the 13 a success?
let me check. I think a 13's a success. Let me just check that.
20 bros!
Reason command is 15.
15. Yep, that's correct. So yeah, just under.
Cool. Just under, so you don't get your cultural studies bonus on that one. So you get one success. Ferengi negotiating tactics either already have leverage or good luck. You print off you send a copy of the Ferengi rules of acquisition to your to a data pad, which is pretty much like a fancy way of saying tablet, which is what has replaced paper in this time. The Ferengi rules of acquisition, somebody actually made a book of them in real life because they are ridiculous. Let's go for an example because I do love them.
What the hell is a Nagus? What the hell is a Nagus? Apparently, number 0 is the Nagus vehicle.
It's their prime minister, pretty much.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, they're definitely capitalist then. That's right.
Incredibly. So, Ferengi rules of acquisition. Let me randomly stop at 1. Ferengi rule of acquisition 110. Exploitation begins at home.
Oh, jeez. Oh my god.
Ferengi rule of acquisition 211. Employees are the rungs on the ladder of success. Don't hesitate to step on them.
Huh. Yeah, I think I had one of my exes asked me to do that one to them, although I think she was asking me something very different in that situation. Well, let's maybe not take that one to heart. Ferengi.
There are two on the official list of them. There's like 299 rules of acquisition.
Nation starts at home. That's beautiful.
And it's entirely true for what they do it.
Yeah.
Rule 34, war is good for business. Rule 35, peace is good for business.
Please tell me that is not the official rule.
Yeah.
Yep, no, it's true. It's true.
I prefer that rule to the actual rule, I'm gonna be honest.
When I say these are cutthroat businessmen, I ain't lying.
Yep.
I hope you're not a lion.
Rar.
Oh, Jesus.
Also, yeah, boo.
Shoots kill.
Your joke is bad.
And you should feel bad. So, Nausicaans, however, how do you negotiate with the Nausicaan? Pay more.
Okay. Well,
Do you
maybe.
have any currency?
No.
Don't worry, I have plenty of currency. They're called bullets.
You don't use bullets.
Give me a bullet.
Don't use bullets.
Currency.
No such thing. Well, there are some weapons that can use them, just not many.
They're outdated.
Kind of,
So
but
uncivilized.
they can be replicated if you're ever going into an area where energy weapons are a bad idea. Sure, a very prominent helmsman on the original U.S.S. Enterprise did use a katana on occasion, or a foil as well.
He did use a foil, yeah.
Depending which universe. Uses a foil in the original, a katana in the remake. So, you do your various researches, and you're asking a round of questions. Is there any equipment or anything additional you would like to bring on the ship at this stage?
Be obsessively checking that everything is at 100%. I think.
The ship, obviously, before going into the Shackleton Expanse for the first time, that is indeed what has been taking place. Engineers have been going round the clock, making sure everything is like there's no faults in there, there's nothing that could cause problems down the road.
Besides, now we could probably replicate them, but like energy-based grenades, not like lethal, but literally stun grenades.
You do have some in the security armory.
Sweet.
They are not standard issue, but they do exist. I will introduce to one of the other sort of things that kind of exists in the system, called opportunity and escalation. The standard Starfleet officer will, on an away mission, have their tricorder and a Type 2 phaser. That's it. If you wish to bring anything else, an engineer is expected to have a toolkit. A doctor is expected to have a medkit. Nobody else is expected to have any specialist equipment.
Except a captain with condoms.
That's not specialist equipment.
Sounds good.
Depends how good are you.
Also, let's be honest. The doctors give you an inoculation.
Yeah. I was going to say that's not specialist equipment, and your equipment is not special.
Do we have the specialist equipment, or do we need to procure it because I'm the engineer and kind of the backup doctor? Just because since no one's playing doctor, I'm kind of going to assume.
How high's your medicine?
I don't know, but I have emergency medicine as a focus. Oh, my medicine's 3.
Your medicine's 3. You're actually you're decently skilled in medicine.
Better than me.
My medicine is 2.
I do have xenobiology if you're needing a nurse.
Your science is like you're the science person.
I might throw up whenever you put them back together, but I'll know where all the parts are supposed to be.
This is true.
Bones connected to the. Wait, how's it go again?
So, the way it works is, if you want to bring something beyond that, you can either spend a momentum or give me threat. If you're doing something like, I want to bring a phaser rifle, that's an escalation, which gives me 3 threat. Because you're escalating the conflict. Which gives me stuff to then use further down the road. Stuff like that. Or, if you don't bring, like, if it's an opportunity cost of 1, say, yeah, we bring pattern enhancers, which allow us to transport from anywhere if we need to. Stuff like that.
How much would a grenade cost?
That's an opportunity.
Pattern enhancers might be very handy.
I go blue.
Yeah, if we need to get out of dodge quickly from a scouting mission or something like that. If what we're doing is primarily exploring, then I feel like stuff that can help us get out of dodge quickly is good.
We would have universal translators as well, wouldn't we?
Built into your comm badge.
Fantastic.
That's kind of one of the best things they ever did. The comm badge is actually like a mini computer, but it only does like communications based things. Mini computers that you have in your hand, it's called tricorder. They're actually trying to make one of those in real life. No, I believe it was NASA had a competition open telling people if they could, like, challenging companies and like any individuals and anything to make a portable medical device that could like determine what is wrong with a person.
So they wanted somebody to invent Baymax.
Well,
I-
kind of, except portable and handheld.
Because I do love the like scientists not to be like, alright, what's the best way to get this invented? Just go to everybody. Bet you can't.
Well, it
Bet
was
you can't.
it was pretty much that. I was like, bet you 20 grand you can't. Or something like that. If I remember, there were actually some pretty decent submissions to it. One that was able to tell, like, sort of elevated blood levels and stuff like that. With the only added thing of, like, a single sensor attached to a wire on it. Stuff like that. Very interesting. So those... Grenade would be escalation cost of 1. Which means it would give me 1 threat.
I think we've given you enough threats so far. I'll pick one up on the way at some point.
Perhaps. So, are you wanting to head on your mission then?
Have we got those? Damn, I just forgot the name of them.
Oh, the enhancers? You can just make those on the ship.
Oh, okay.
Most things that aren't like standard equipment, replicators can make things. As long as it's not huge.
Weren't part of the escalation thing. That was just something you were.
That was just a suggestion, sort of, of something that people can use. A pattern enhancer is sort of when you're teleporting down to the surface of a planet. If, say, you want to be teleported back, and there was like an electromagnetic storm or something nearby, it would actually interfere with the signal. Pattern enhancers would give the transporter on the ship a better chance of finding you. Stuff like that.
Ooh.
So, do you fly to your destination?
Let's get this ship.
Destination unknown.
What is your captain phrase?
Oh, damn.
Alonzi. No.
Because obviously you had Kirk's engage. And what was Picard's just like very nonchalant.
Make it so.
Make it so.
Make it so.
Just go. Blast off!
Thunderbirds are go. Da, 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 da. Sorry.
Oh, damn. Oh, no. Oh, have I drawn a blank? No.
You're usually good at the one-liners.
I know. I've got it. Let's get this ship rolling.
Your ensign helms officer, beep 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 beep, and the ship does its heads off, pulls away from the station. Obviously, as you were talking, pulls away from the station to a safe distance to allow warp travel to initiate. Warp travel is faster than light travel for anybody who is unaware. Warp 9 is 9.99 is the fastest that humans can go, and it is not equal to light, to faster than the actual speed of light. It's as close as they can possibly get to it. It has been documented that strange things happen if you break the speed of light.
Warhammer 40k.
No. I think the Starfleet records indicate that human evolution occurs by a few million years to anybody that's on board a ship that does that.
Go down.
Alright, if anyone wants to take my clipboard, I don't mind this. This would be hilarious.
Do you want to be a lizard?
Scientific lizard? Where have I heard this one before?
Revert back to four-legged lizard.
Go back! I want to be monkey.
It has not, of course, it doesn't seem to get to the point of return to crab, but close.
people, crab people.
Return to crustacean. Everything returns to crustacean.
That's
Obviously,
nasty. You got there, Ox.
obviously, there are other modes of transport, and if your ship was more advanced, you might have one. There's one currently in production called the quantum slipstream drive, which kind of creates a quantum bubble, which is interesting. Or there's transwarp, which is something the Borg have used in the past, which links areas that is near instantaneous transport from one area of space to another, which is kind of like a train. It's like, here's the tracks through space. This is where you can go.
Well, they certainly have a one-track mind.
They do. Simulate. Make your... not going to go... No, don't do the full spiel, Paul. We will add your technological and biologicals to our...
Resistant to bio.
That too.
In game time,
I
how
just
long will it take us
phased
to
out.
get there?
In game time, it's a couple days travel.
I think during this...
Although,
I think during the time I will have assembled the crew too.
can I ask, are you going cruising speed? Are you pushing your engines, or are you going top speed?
What's the order of speed? Like, cruising speed's obviously the slowest.
Cruising speed, it will take you 4 days to get there.
Okay.
Standard, like sort of higher speed, will get you there at 2. Pushing the engines might get you there in 18 hours, but will require rolls.
Probably standard then.
No worries at all. Where is the stats for the Orleans? Because maximum warp for your ship is interesting, at least. It's not a top of the line. It can go as fast as any ship can. That doesn't even list it on your character sheet too. For the starships. But you can push into the 9.8s at least. All ships of this time period will be able to hit that, but that's sort of max cruising speed of about 8 hours. Unless you're, trying to push the engines, as one would say, or I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. As a famous Scotsman once said.
Oh yeah, really.
In a interesting Scottish accent.
He did.
Oh, geez.
So you hit warp 7. Fairly close to warp 10. Not bad. Good speed. 2 days to travel. Is there anything you wish to do during that time? Ethan, you said you wanted to get the crew together. Does that mean the party?
Yes, that does mean the party.
Refer to yourselves, just to make it easier. The crew is roughly about 60, 80 people. You're what's known as the senior staff.
I'll assemble the senior staff.
And you have what's known as the captain's ready room, which is kind of like your personal office. There is also a sort of meeting space as well.
We probably book the meeting room,
Yeah. Obviously, you can refer to the meeting room however you wish. It can be just like the command room. It can be, just the meeting space, whatever you want to refer to it as. It is a room that has one wall has a couple of big screens on it. Pretty much every wall in this place will have some form of screen on it. With, usually you have a person standing beside it giving presentations. So, senior staff to the ready room. Or senior staff to the meeting room.
Alright, there you go.
Welcome all. Glad to see you've made it safely on board and you've taken up residence. And so, I won't waste too much of your time, so let's get right down to it. We've found origins of a mysterious alien signal within the Shackleton Expanse. And Starfleet wants us to track down the origin of this. Make sure, or we can determine its origin, see if it's friendly. Yeah, and report back. We have heard, nothing too major, but we have heard some reports of Ferengi and Nausicaan in vessels potentially exploring that signal as well.
There's some form of difficulty. I like the sounds of that.
The intelligence officer stands up at this point. Nakarvash says, also, as part of the mission, I believe it was also mentioned that one of the Federation shuttles, the runabout class, was also lost investigating the signal. Ethan, I'm feedbacking through you again.
Sorry, it's my messenger service. I will.
No worries.
I will turn that. I'll try and turn that off. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Continue.
Right, I'll need to make a roll for him, actually. Or if any of you guys wish to roll me 2d20, just please.
We can do so.
Yep.
One person.
3 and 3.
Ooh.
Oh,
Those
Okay.
comes in clutch.
Considering what
Yeah,
he was
over here.
what he was rolling on, that's 4 successes. Because yes, this intelligence officer does indeed have a speciality in espionage. He pulls up sort of what seems to be a previously Black Ops file, showing some of the Nausicaan ship designs, advising. So in the area, Nausicaan pirates have been raiding settlements along the border in this sector for many years. They are.
So avoid it.
No, we need to go there anyway.
Good.
They are, of course, quite a force to be reckoned with. But Talshiar has previously rated them as acceptable nuisances in the area, as they are a nuisance to all parties. However, as we are now working together, this may not be as ideal of a situation. There are rumors in this area. There are rumors in this area that they are indeed looking for something more than just common salvage.
They could be. They could pursue the signal thinking it's a new weapon or resource that they could use to give themselves the edge. It only takes that one edge to take them from acceptable nuisance to full-blown threat.
Indeed. If you've ever seen what Mr. Spock looks like from Star Trek, imagine that but angrier, and that's kind of a Romulan. Is probably the best way to describe what he looks like. Although this individual is not... He's not as old as... There's at least one character who's a veteran. I can't remember who it was.
Me.
Yes, you're indeed. Not that you look like one is the thing too. It's that sort of standard Orion nonsense.
20 forever.
Pretty much.
Literally, the show was it Forever 21.
Whereas you're likely to be 21 or so, Seamus.
Ages.
You are, like, if anything, 1 or 2 years out of the academy. Because you're one rank above ensign.
I think it's what's the military That is known as like the E4 rank. It's like there's a bit of seniority, but also I can just get away with so much illegal stuff.
Yeah. Well, you maybe. Which is why one of your focuses is debating techniques.
But yeah, that's E4.
Yeah. No, you are the junior officer, but you're the junior officer that somebody in command sort of has an eye out for. Because, well, yeah, you're smart. They like smart. You could end up
Smart.
You could end up doing interesting things with that in the future.
Well, we should be prepared. There's no reason to assume anything. Let's not start a fight. We don't have to.
No, I'm not doing that.
Well said. Well said. So, DM, just remind me, what do we know about Seuss? Out in the Shackleton Expanse.
Seku?
Oh, Seku.
At this stage, nothing. Seku 6, even less so. But you need to wait until you're in orbit to get a proper scan of it. It does seem to be... What's the best way to put it?
Is it shown on the map at the minute, or is
No.
it, am I just...
It won't be.
Okay.
It's in the sort of yellowy expanse to the east, which is
That's okay.
insert your adventure here, because this is nondescript areas, which just allows you to generate whatever you need. So for
Let's
this,
summon the wither.
yeah.
Exactly.
So from what your initial scans can tell you, if you wish to make me a reason science roll for a scan.
Just reason, science. Can I possibly use the computer to assist with this here?
The computer can indeed assist with this. Also, other people can assist as well.
Fantastic.
If you,
Yeah.
I will assist him with this as well.
those who are assisting, roll 1d20, which is Ethan. You roll 2d20 for yourself, Martin. You are full on momentum if you need to add any.
I was asking for. Oh, I'm gonna re-roll. That
Oh no!
Gonna re-roll that, aren't I? The technical expertise.
Cool. Oh, you actually looked it up.
Yep.
Smart man.
As assisted by the ship's computers, I get to re-roll 1d20.
You do indeed. Can one of the other individuals, anybody else, roll 1d20 for the ship?
Sure. That sounds...
A 7.
Jeez.
Let me see the ship stats. We are doing sensors, science. Yep, that's a success.
2 successes of mine as well.
So yours is
2
2 successes. Ethan, do you have a focus that applies?
I have a talent called Visit Every Star, where, let's just see, you gain an additional focus.
Yep.
And one of your focuses must relate to stellar cartography, which I do have.
Yep.
When you succeed or help on a navigation-related task, you gain 1 bonus momentum due to your knowledge and familiarity.
You do indeed. You guys are already maxed out on
Does that
momentum.
help?
It does.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
So that, because you have that focus, that's 2 successes from you. So in total, you have 5 successes. So you only needed 3 to get knowledge. So you have 2 momentum to ask questions. You get to ask the base question of what's the planet like? Which is,
Well,
it is not an M-class planet, which is generally Earth-like. It is a sort of barren, broken and barren, volcanic, very active volcanic sort of area. So there's not much vegetation on the planet. and lots of rocks, lots of ravines, lots of generic sort of been used, quite a lot of sort of red mountains, sort of American red mountains type thing. Think kind of like Grand Canyon, except the whole planet, except more of lava.
Okay. Breathable atmosphere, or
one question? Yep. Breathable atmosphere, yes.
Cool.
And
Uh,
in terms of the signals, should we find out if it's, say, a Romulan signal, Starfleet signal, Klingon signal? Are we able to, like, find out its type?
Let me see.
Or is it even just a general distress signal? If I was on land on this planet, I would be sending out a lot of signals.
Analyzing your sensor readings, there are multiple signals coming from that planet. One seems to be a shorter range, which only really comes into play whenever you're within a day's warp of it. The other one seems to be the original alien signal that was detected.
but it is completely alien, and it's not any of the previously meant. It's not anything on Starfleet's database.
Yep. Not recorded.
Intriguing. Not recorded. Interesting.
Neither of them are recorded or. Well.
Starfleet's database is usually fairly big, so if it's not on databases, it's not a known species. Or it's not a known technology from said species.
I mean, that'll check out that side.
I'm excited to get there.
Excited as you want. You know your enemy before you do anything.
That's exactly the purpose of our mission, and we're to determine if this signal is in fact friendly or not. Report back our findings. Hoping for the former, but we should be prepared for the latter, just in case.
So,
if the technologically advanced enough to, send signals into space, I assume they'd be there to talk.
One would hope.
So
they
you get into orbit some hours later. I'm assuming standard orbit.
Standard orbit. Is there a way we can sort of pick up any other ships in the area before we come out of warp, or do we have to come out of warp to do that?
You have to come out of warp for that
Right.
level of scan. This is where I say, I'm going to assume, to make this easier, that you're going to take these characters to the surface. Because you now get to assemble your awaiting. In normal play of this system, if you think that your character wouldn't go in this mission, you could co-opt what's called a supporting character. This is something that we're not going to get into today, but it's an easier process. Supporting characters don't have talents, they don't have values. They have their normal stats and a couple of focuses at most.
Hey, that's no way to talk about red shirts.
They can be red shirts. They can also be characters that do end up becoming recurring characters and gaining more fleshed out as time progresses as well.
Would I be able to just? Of course, correct. Would I just be able to bring one along as a decoy?
No.
Oh my god. Like
What
you
I'm
could.
gonna need you to do is run over there, running and screaming, see if it's a minefield. I don't want to go.
Before
No,
you
okay.
ask, no, you cannot use the interns as mine shields.
Let's be honest, you get demoted so quick for doing that. And probably have to see a counsellor for a while.
You
And
have to
the
speak
inside
to
of a
me
prison.
for a while to learn etiquette to treat your
Yes.
roommates.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that I can reverse your chemical, makeup, make it placid.
That's called eugenics. That's illegal in the Federation.
For the greater good for him.
it's still illegal in the Federation. There were wars over that,
Yeah.
including one that involved Benedict Cumberbatch.
Don't talk to me or any of my four genders ever again.
No, genetic humans were a thing for a while. Then they decided that they, yeah, which is why I said Benedict Cumberbatch, because that's who he was playing.
Oh yes.
Yes,
I've seen.
the worst of all the Star Trek movies, which is saying something because some of them are pretty bad.
What was it called?
Khan
You have to say it like that.
Khan Singh, I believe, isn't it?
I don't have the energy to say it like that.
Nuni-
Is that where the
that
fiddler
bad.
on the roof joke in Family Guy comes from?
Yes.
Yes.
I
it's it.
always wonder.
He initially showed up as a villain for Captain Kirk in the original, with William Shatner as Kirk.
Okay.
So it's a long running thing. So you go to the transporter room. Is there anything extra you wish to bring down to the planet with you?
Do we have anything like heat shields? Like to protect us from any of the volcanic heat or anything like that?
The area you're beaming down to isn't active volcano at this stage. But if you wish, you can be suited into what's called an encounter suit. Kind of bulky, or EVA suits as well. They're also referred
Sounds
to.
like what I would end up wearing as the
Is the
security.
air breathable?
Yes. Air is breathable, but depending what you want.
Probably best to have at least EVA suits, just in case.
EVA suits are kind of like better versions, obviously, of NASA spacesuits. They are similar, but they have a built-in tricorder on their arm. There's no obvious oxygen tank on the back, but it does have oxygen flowing through it. Has a filter built into the respiratory helmet as well, and various other bits and bobs. And actually provides a little bit of armor.
Nice.
That does sound like what I would wear though, because I'm the combat expert.
You would, on a normal breathable atmosphere with no hazards, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
I think just as we are, we're fine. I don't think we need any of that stuff right now, especially since we're going for diplomacy.
That's
Not
fair.
hopefully expecting a fight.
You wouldn't even bring those for fights generally. They're cumbersome in some ways. They are very useful for things like outside of the ship. Like if you have to go out and repair something, somebody would wear one of those because they have like magnetic boots. So
Okay, so more less for planets, more for in between planets.
or for planets with no atmosphere.
Can I take some take some samples and record? This is like completely new to us. Like we could be finding some.
Well, you haven't been down as of yet. Is there anything you are bringing with you before you go?
Just the kits, I think. The
Medical kit, and
Kits.
engineering kit,
and stuff,
I'll
yeah.
bring my disruptor pistol with us, just in case.
of course.
I'll just bring the
I'll
obvious.
I'll have it tucked in my waistband at the back. It won't be.
Oh no, well, yeah, you can have it there. Normally it's visible, but you have a secondary holster at the back just in case.
I'll just bring the obvious.
I'm trying to hide
The gun.
it. I just don't really want it in my hand.
I don't know.
So
Oh, tricorder. Yeah, no. Tricorder's got everything I need for it. So
Yep.
sweet.
that's all I'd have, isn't it? The gun at this point.
I will
Gun,
have.
the
I
clothes on
will.
my back.
Hmm,
Strike order.
yes. I'll bring the Ferengi rules of acquisition because if we meet any Ferengi, best be prepared.
You bring your book, your
Mm.
additional book. Fair enough. Sounds good to me. Do you just wish to bring
Oh,
those?
and the pattern matchers, yes.
Yep.
Or pattern enhancers.
Pay 1 momentum for pattern enhancers. Those come in sort of like a set of 4. They would be on somebody's back, just as like a carried around sort of thing. You set them up in sort of a triangle formation, the 3 of them, and then stand in the middle, and your pattern is then more recognizable to the ship when they want to bring you back.
Just in case the volcanic atmosphere here goes more hostile, we'll have a power enhancer to ease any speedy retreats back to the Plymouth. If everyone memorized this location, it might save your life.
So,
All right, let's roll.
5 to beam. Obviously, it's move up, move back down, and then you disappear.
I feel tingly.
Obviously, you're used to it, but yes, you do feel tingly. So, the broken and barren volcanic landscape of Seku 6 lies before you. The terrain is mostly volcanic rock, ash, and sand. There is some sparse vegetation, lichen, and pale grass that clings to life. Sharp, rocky ledges and deep ravines will make traversing this terrain slow and torturous. You've traced the signal of a Starfleet comm badge to this location and have beamed down to the planet's surface, but no wreckage of a runabout nor any artificial structures or facilities are visible.
Good. Can I quickly just kneel down, grab a fistful of ash and stuff in the pocket?
Okay.
Would it be too warm?
No.
I'll sort of just turn around and look at them as they're shoveling it in and be like, "You know we have test beakers for that, did you? It might save your laundry."
I mean, it never hurts to be prepared.
I think I know what that's for.
Yep.
Pocket sand.
You
I have a 5-year-old. Of course I know what pocket sand is.
You
Anytime.
never know when you need to escape.
not
Not all battles are won simple. Some you need to make distance. Then
it,
you shoot them.
I've never met anyone who took the "I'll throw dirt in your eye" quite so literally.
It's effective.
Hey,
What can I say?
Seamus.
Very effective.
Yes.
Do I need
As
to
long-
remind you that we're not here to start a fight?
Agreed.
Oh, no, I'm aware. But if they throw first, they throw hands first, it never hurts.
Well, just keep your
Okay.
finger off that trigger, okay?
My
No.
fingers will be elsewhere.
Yeah. You
Pointing out where
just
to
take.
run.
Don't mind if you step out of line. I will personally discipline you.
Mm-hmm. Careful what you say, love. Some people would pay for that.
Okay. Hey, we're not here to flirt, guys.
Chain of command rule here. Is the thing. You would never say that to a higher ranking officer.
She's definitely seen her stuff.
First officer of the ship, that's a one-way ticket to the brig if you keep that up.
I say everybody has to be taught better manners, so some little manner slips would occur.
This is true. You're not incredibly good at it, but at times you probably realize I probably shouldn't have said that. More than anything. So, as I was saying, could I get an insight science roll from Seamus, please?
Indeed. Notice.
And do you wish to buy any additional dice before you roll? You're currently sitting at 5 momentum out of 6.
Sorry, with the rest of you, am I still 1?
Which would give
That'll
you 3d20.
3d20 instead.
Yep.
Insight science. Let's do this. Ooh. That is 1 success.
Can I use commanding officer to...
One second. 1 second.
Hmm.
Let me see. Can you roll me a single d6?
Oh.
Or
Unfortunate. I was using your untapped potential there. So the other type of dice that is used in the system is a d6. When I ask for a d6 to be rolled, on a 1 or a 2, you count it as a 1 and a 2. On a 3 or a 4, you count it as a 0, so nothing. On a 5 or a 6, it's counted as an effect. A 5 is 1 and an effect, a 6 is 2 an effect. So 1, 2, 5 and 6 are all good rolls most of the time. 3 and 4 is nothing happens. This is what you would roll for damage, this is what you would roll for a few other things. If it had been a 5 or a 6 on this dice, I would have gained a threat. If it was a 1 or a 2, you would have gained either 1 or 2 additional momentum.
Ooh.
Untapped potential is a double-edged sword of some kind.
And I was just gonna say, what is a determination? Because I have a feat called Commanding Officer where I can spend a point of determination to grant any other character a point of said determination. Is that like inspiration?
Yes, but it's 1 per adventure. Not per week, per
okay.
week, per adventure.
Oh, I see. So
Yeah.
save that then.
Right. That's your everything's going south. Determination can be used in multiple ways. Every character has a point of determination. They can use it to gain a pre-rolled 1 on a d20.
Oh.
They can use it to re-roll all their dice on a roll that they've just made. And I believe... where else is it? What other uses are there for it? Those are the main ones, and those are the ones I have personally used. However, when you're using a determination, you must either justify one of your values against it, or challenge one of your values against it. Justifying means, say, if you're spending a determination, tell me what one of your values applies here and why are you giving that extra effort. So if it comes up, say you're in a firefight and somebody else goes down and you want to spend a determination to make sure your next shot hits, and you had a value of leave no one behind, that would apply. Stuff like that. Or you can challenge one of your values, which means at the end of the session you would replace it with a new value.
Oh.
So
it's sort of character altering stuff.
Yes, it's like this situation happened, which resulted in my character having to do something he normally wouldn't have done, and it has changed him fundamentally.
I like that. Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right. Well,
so it is good. It is very good. It has its time. So yeah, determination is, you can buy a single bonus d20 for your roll. It's automatically a 1.
Yeah.
So automatically gives you 2 successes.
Nice. Well, I'll take the lead and just sort of.
However, Martin, that 1 success is enough. You get a fix on a location of 2 Federation comm badges, roughly 100 meters from your current position down in the valley below. I'm assuming you're going to head that way.
Fancy. Yeah. Don't see any reason to delay.
What's the rest of them having like a discussion on chain of command, like what's I say?
Yeah, at that point you're like Captain like, location 2 comm badge signals.
Let's get a better look at that, James. Well done. And that's fine work you've done there.
As you proceed out of the corner of your eye, Krona, you notice a figure leaning around a corner, firing an energy beam, narrowly missing the team. You jump behind nearby rocks.
What instantly fire? Retaliate fire.
This is a cover system.
Oh.
You want cover. So everybody dives, pulls their phasers.
Everybody, get down!
What did I tell you guys?
Set phasers to stun. I want answers.
Fine.
You say, what did I tell you? I'm like, I have no idea, I wasn't listening.
So, if Ethan had, if Martin had have actually failed that roll, you would have been ambushed.
Oh, wow.
So, as the way combat works here, there's no initiative roll. It's determined by drama and other factors who gets to go first. You guys get to go first. Choose one.
Ooh.
One person gets to go first. Then it becomes me. One of my people will get to go. Then it goes back to you.
Necromunda style.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
However, at this point, I will point out, Krona, do you wish to go first, I'm assuming?
If it's okay with the team.
Makes sense.
It does.
Well, I did say he could shoot. He could shoot if we were under attack. So I'll allow it.
I've been waiting for this all day.
So,
Sit. Stun, don't kill.
Yes, I'm well aware, sir.
you're going for a shoot then?
Yeah, probably.
Unless
there's any ways of me destroying their cover.
Not from this stage, but how does cover exactly work in this? You can see I have to do combat often. I play an engineer. I'm usually nowhere near combat. Unless I'm up close and personal with playing one of my supporting characters who fights with a clipboard.
Is this the one where your character keeps dying because you keep rolling badly?
No.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Will Wheaton. Never mind.
Please tell me you're hitting them with a wrench.
No, an actual clipboard with metal corners.
Oh, do you know, that's just as good. Cherie would approve.
Difference between testing and this round is writing it down.
Oh no, it's because
Write it down, Patrick. Write it down.
this is my character who is actually Welsh, and his job on the ship is captain's secretary.
Oh, sorry.
He loves paperwork, so it's fine. He's a bureaucrat by trade.
That's soul's throwing.
Oh, it's amazing. I've actually hit more successfully with him than I have with my normal engineering character with a clipboard. And have actually knocked somebody out with a clipboard. It should not have happened, but you know. Where is... So how does cover actually work? Oh yeah, conflict page. I forgot there was a page for that. So, now that we're in combat. So, at this point, you're within medium range to eat. Well, they are within long to medium range with you guys at the moment. Ranges aren't dealt with in feet and stuff like that. There's close range, which is, you know, within easily moving, within getting up to each other is very easy enough to do. medium range, long range, and extreme range. Obviously, you're not in extreme range at this stage. And also reach, which is anything within arm reach. So as your Krona, minor actions you have to choose from. You can take an action to aim. You can take an action to draw an item. You can take an action to drop prone. To interact with an environment. To take a dash action. To prepare for a role that you wish to do. Or to stand up if you're flat on the ground.
I think aim shoot is going to be the most simple option to begin with.
It is indeed. So aim shoot is a control plus security task.
14 to beat, and it's 2d20, yeah?
It is 2d20, but you also have a reroll since you've chosen the aim action.
No need. But as well,
14.
it's on the cusp. The 13.
Two,
He's on the money.
2 successes, which is enough to hit. So, what you roll for a hand phaser is damage.
There's 8 next to it. Phaser type 2, symbol 8.
Oh yeah, it's 3 plus your security score in d6s.
So 3d6s.
No, 8. It's 3 plus your security score, which is 5, so
So
it
what do I roll?
totals 8d6.
8d6.
Yep.
Oh, I have to do a custom for that. So it was it was 8d6?
8d6.
Okay. So, sorry, I'm just trying to 8d6 roll.
Let me take a look at what you've rolled.
Is that 8?
That's not 8.
1, 2,
That's-
3, 4, 5, 6,
That's like-
7.
Why is it done 12?
I will. It's exploded. That's why, because there's 4 6s. It's rolled 4 extra dice. I will take the first 8. Easily enough to do. So you've rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2 effects. Oh lord. So they have. They do have.
Explode.
Nope. They do have some
Ah.
resistance. Due to
And it is only stunning.
their cover. They do have some cover,
Yeah.
which is I take 2 away from that. So how does damage exactly work? Because I have not gotten it to that far down.
Is that on my end? I heard like a horn of some sort.
Yeah. On your...
I do not hear a horn.
Oh, a lawyer must have had some trouble at the blooming roundabout.
Ah,
We got what is known as the D-heads roundabout round here. Don't matter what time of the day, someone's going to try and cut you off.
fair.
True.
So attacks and damage. So you've made your hit. You've rolled. You have done.
I mean that's the noise of the person getting hit. Oh,
I get
turns them
to
into a giant goose.
I get to roll 3d6 on my side, and that's 2 damage less, so that takes it down to 8. If the character suffers 5 or more damage from a single attack or hazard, after reduction from resistance, the character suffers an injury. Good. So you take 8 damage, and is injured. Cool.
You're going to have to try harder than that.
They are still obviously up and moving, but they do seem to have taken a significant hit to the gut. You have an ability, which I'm now going to bring up. One of your talents is called Quick to Action.
Mm-hmm.
Quick to Action allows your party to what's called keep the initiative, which means somebody else from your party now gets to go for free. Normally that would cost 2 momentum to do. So,
I save everyone 2 momentum.
Just because you're that quick on your feet, which is obviously an effect of being a part of a militia previously.
Very cool.
Certain species would call you a terrorist.
Given that I'm captain and I take responsibility for my friends, I will seek to make myself.
Oh, you lost, Captain.
I will seek to take the heat off my party members. And is there a way I can make it to them and engage them in hand-to-hand combat?
Yes, you can indeed.
Do any of them look like the commanding officer?
No, they are 2 Nausicaans.
Just 2 Nausicaans.
Just 2 Nausicaans.
Does one of them look more heavily armed?
No.
Fair enough. I'll pick whichever one I can get to first.
Both of them are using disruptor rifles, and both have a knife at their side as well.
All right. Very well. I would like to come round in a flanking maneuver and
Judo lay chop.
and do a good old whack. Yeah, I would like to cast whack at 9th level.
Do you wish to buy any dice?
So how does buying dice work exactly?
You can buy dice with 1 dice with 1 momentum, or 1 dice with giving me 1 threat. You have a talent called Bold. That works best. That one happens whenever you add dice to threat.
I see. Ooh. Well, the ability to reroll any single a single D20 might prove very handy. And that is for free, provided I give you, well, it's not for free, I need to give you a threat, but it's not terrible. Does even the score a little.
It actually, and because of one of your other talents, Exosex, you would get to roll 2 of your D20s.
Oh, let me just check. Strengthens physics. Whenever attempting a test in physics or daring, roll 1 additional D20. Oh. Okay. So, if I take bolt, if I do this with, if I give you a threat and
You
allow
would be
myself to roll
rolling
a single D20,
4 dice.
I will do that to whack this guy right in the back of it. To sort of, I like to sort of discombobulate him by sort of whacking him just beneath his ears and just sort of throwing him off balance.
Modulate.
So yes, give me a daring security roll.
Oh, okay. 2d20. Ooh.
Oh, it's more than 2. It's 4 D20, sure.
Oh, yeah, sorry, of course.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me do that again.
Well, you've rolled. I was going to say you.
One of those as well. Hell yeah.
What is your daring plus security?
I will tell you.
What is your total?
Daring. It's 13.
13. Woohoo! Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't have focus in unarmed strike, do you?
I do have focus in hand to hand.
You do. Oh, that's okay.
I do.
Oh yeah, your security's not 5, so that actually doesn't apply. If your security was 5, that would have been even an extra one. Do you wish to use one of your re-rolls on any one of those dice?
I will use one on the 19 there.
Okay. Roll 1.
There, so just 1d20.
Yep.
That's a little better.
Is it less than 13? Or 13 or less? No. Oh,
Oh,
unfortunate.
damn, it's not.
Unfortunate.
False.
So you still
It's
get
one under.
4 successes to
That's still good.
his 0, because that entirely happened. How do you work out damage for melee?
I have a 3. It says by unarmed strike I have 3. I don't know if that's
security +1.
security +1. Oh, okay.
So, because of how well you hit, you generate, and because of your exosex thing, you generate 4 momentum. 1, 2, 3, 4 momentum, which means you have 2 over maximum at this stage.
Oh, yeah.
Other things you can spend momentum on is doing bonus damage, disarming. One called penetration for getting through armor or resistance. Avoiding an injury if you were to take an injury. Re-rolling damage, or to then take an additional action after this.
Well, given that he's a bit armed at the moment, I would like to disarm him then.
Which is a cost of 2 momentum, which means you still have 6 left, which is good.
All right.
Those two would have been wasted otherwise.
Nice. So you just see Revan in swing round in sort of an American football style sprint as this guy just does a little bit of a double take. It's just like, is this guy actually running? I have a gun, but before he can turn around, aim 2 simultaneous strikes to the neck. It doesn't know what's happening. Then swing round with a roundhouse, knock it out of his hands right to the dirt. So
roll me 3d6.
All right. 7.
That's 1 damage, I'm afraid.
Damn it.
The 3s aren't good rolls.
God.
Why you never send a good do a gun's work?
Resistance 0 though, so
I mean, he is disarmed.
He's disarmed, and also, let me see how that one works. You didn't roll any effects. Damn, unfortunate. If you had rolled an effect, you also would have knocked him down, but you did not. So, he takes 1 damage.
I'm just going forward again quickly.
His turn. I'm going to spend a time. Oh, you did that too, didn't you? Yeah. So I'm going to make he's going to attack you with his dagger.
Do I have AC?
You make. Oh. Nope, that's not how that works. Okay. You make a daring security roll as well.
Okay. Would I add any extra d20 on top of my 2d20 for this?
Do you want to?
Well, I do. I still have exoset, so I might. So I might try roll an additional d20 for that.
Yes. From it automatically gives you an additional d20.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
It says whenever attempting a task using fitness or daring, roll 1 additional d20.
I mean, it's not great.
So it's 2 successes.
Let's see. So, daring and security, that is 13. So, yeah, 2 successes there.
So.
Nice.
Don't you just love telemarketers?
Yes.
Wow, really?
Hi, we're calling
Wouldn't
about that recent car accident you had. Oh yeah, I remember it very well. I died.
Fair. He also got two. He also got 2 successes,
Oh.
which
Oh, wow.
in this system is a hit.
Ah. Damn it.
You have been stabbed.
Well.
Oh my god.
Stabby, stabby.
Oi,
I'm-
bit rude to put that knife in me, innit?
And I am going to spend
You don't chop.
two more. I'm going to spend 2 threat to give him 2 additional dice of damage.
Oh.
Captain, start stabbing him. I just posted a meme about it.
Do it.
London.
So it does. Yep, vicious 1, deadly. What does that
Yeah,
specifically?
but I read a book about that. It's gonna hurt.
Yes.
Medic.
So
Okay, I'm here for observation.
We
Yeah.
do not have medic.
Oh god, do we
Want
not
a
have
second
that?
opinion?
Percent medic.
You're also very ugly.
Wish
oh,
the captain die.
That don't look good. Do I die? Am I dying?
you take
Now
4.
bet you're regretting me not bringing a red suit now.
You take 4 stress damage. More.
Okay.
You got lucky. That's a lot of 3s.
Oh.
One
My
more and
God.
he would have been injured, wouldn't he?
One more and he would have been injured.
Oh, cripes.
I will look at him as he's stabbing with his dagger and be like, ah. So, can I keep this or do you want this back?
Oh well, let's be honest. It doesn't stay in you. It is a stab.
I just look at him and be like, well, that's just rude.
So, how much stress do you have left?
How
How many empty boxes?
It?
So you're on half health.
Yes.
You do not die when you hit
Wait.
0. You go unconscious.
Oh, cool. Wait, were we meant to have half our stress things topped up already?
Yes, the ones that aren't your actual. Because
Health, yeah.
yeah, that's for people who are maybe a lot bulkier.
Like myself.
who may
with
have-
2 full lines and 3.
Or myself, who's not so much.
16.
Yeah.
How many do you have as the scientist?
9.
Oh,
Nice.
Yep.
So you still got more.
so
So, next is one of you. Who wishes to go next?
I've had my turn.
Yep. So it's between one of the remaining 3.
I'll have to go last.
I mean,
Wanna go next, Claire?
sure. I was about to say I'll try and heal the captain, but I remembered he's still in melee.
He is indeed.
That's not very sensible.
What
I
are you
guess I'll
talking
shoot
about?
someone.
Control security. Do you wish to take any minor action beforehand? Do you wish to aim? Do you wish to change the settings on your gun?
If it's on stun, I'll keep it on stun.
It is on stun.
I don't think I'm trying to kill anybody.
Understandable.
Catch.
Well-
Do you wish to aim then?
Yeah. I'll aim.
That gives you a reroll on any one of your dice. Do you wish to spend any momentum on making sure your attack hits?
Yes, because I do a thing where I can recycle momentum.
Is that for security? Is that...
It's the talent, it's the untapped potential.
Oh, yes, you can actually recycle. Yeah, depending on how you end up. Yeah.
So, well, how much do we have?
We have 6. You're at max.
We filled it up. I'll take 2.
Yep. 2 extra
Hopefully,
dice.
fill that again.
Yep.
Oh, I need to roll d12.
Ooh.
This was a 12.
So 3 successes.
Yes.
Right, and roll me a d6 as well for your untapped potential.
1.
Hey! You did indeed
Nice.
generate back 2 momentum. So you generated back what you spent. So that's a success if you roll 3 plus your security and d6 as damage.
So 3 plus 2. 5d6?
5d6. Unless you want to spend anything extra on that, but
I don't know that I have. I'll just roll.
1, 2, 3 damage and an effect. Which target was this on? Was this the one not in melee?
Yeah. I don't feel like this person's necessarily a great shot, so let's not shoot the captain.
Please no.
You stun and drop the other guy.
Nice.
So the meleeed one is not the one that took damage earlier.
No,
Okay. So we've dropped one.
you have indeed.
And that's just the melee guy.
Who has already taken his turn, so it's one of you next.
He's also
I
disarmed.
want to go. I want to for the Empire, this mother trucker. For the Empire!
Wrong game.
I'm happy to go last.
Okay, then I guess I'll go next. Guess I'll just run up and try and knock this guy down.
Daring security roll then.
Daring and security. Right. 2d10, 2d10, sorry.
Do you want to spend any for any extra dice?
Hang on a second. I was just going to say, I have collaboration security. How is your security looking on your sheet?
What do you mean this is
What number is your security?
2?
I have a 5. I have a skill here that would, by spending a momentum, would allow you to use the scores of the discipline and
Use your
one of
discipline
my
instead.
fixes.
Yep.
So you'd use my 5 instead.
I'll take that. Move
Yeah.
off my 12 to 15.
Aye.
1 momentum spent. Yep.
Okay.
Collaboration security, pretty good.
Didn't work.
Ooh, 17, 18. One more.
Ah, damn it.
Let me roll their dice and see how bad this goes for them too. Oh, okay, yeah. Luckily, they don't do damage on the other side. So yeah, you run up to try and tackle one, and then they just like block. They just bat you away. Unfortunate. Martin,
You. Let's do this.
you going for shoot?
Yep. Aim shoot.
Aim shoot.
11. Alright, so it's me.
Control and security.
11, 13. 1 success.
Two
Oh, wait,
success. Two
2
successes.
6. Happy guys.
That's a hit.
And-
Security plus 3 damage. Do you want to spend anything?
No, I'll happily just go for the 5d6s.
No worries.
4, 2, 4, 5, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4 damage on him then. How much damage did you do previously, Ethan?
1.
Just 1. So he gets shot. He's still standing. 5 is the threshold for that, so it kind of helps. If you do 5 damage in one attack, it then forces me to spend stuff to keep them up.
You hardy butter.
Yep. He is indeed. And that's the round. Start of next round. I will take the initiative in this one because I want to make him roll. So, daring security. Ethan, if you roll opposed.
Okay, there's security coming up. Do.
Ho-ho!
And where the hell's my advanced dice roll? Oh, bear with me.
That's okay.
Where the hell is it? Oh, there it is. 3d20.
Me?
Okay,
That's 2 successes.
is...
Isn't it?
No? Oh, yeah, it is. Two. Could I use bold security to try and re-roll that 14?
No, it's not. Bold isn't a reroll.
Boss.
Bold is buying an extra dice. However, you've succeeded anyway and generated a bit of momentum because he didn't get a single success. It is now the party's turn.
For the funny.
Or
would you like to go first?
Seeing my party mate having got knocked on by this dickhead, I'd like to roundhouse him right in the face, like just right in the face, just knock him square on his ass.
Daring security. You're at max momentum. Do you want to spend?
I will spend a momentum for a reroll, just in case.
You don't spend momentum for rerolls. Extra dice only.
Spend extra dice.
Extra dice. Cool beans. Well, I will spend it for extra dice. So I will
Back up to 4.
Am I able to? Do I have to spend momentum just on the attack roll, or can I also spend it on damage?
Oh, you can spend it on damage afterwards as well.
Oh, fantastic! Well, I'll take that.
Okay.
Ooh, 3 successes. And I will try and reroll that 16 there.
Do you have a reroll?
With bold security,
You
I
did.
do if I give you a threat.
Yeah.
Oh, right, I didn't state that. Sorry. That's
Nope.
fine then.
You spent the momentum to get a dice instead this time.
That's fair. I mean, 3 successes is still good.
He got 2, so you still succeeded, but only by 1.
Oof. Well, fair enough.
Yep.
All right.
On the quick start rules that I've sent, page 6 at the bottom of page 16 is the table of what you can do with momentum during combat. If you want to have a look.
Right, so quick
yeah.
action will not activate this round because it's no longer first.
Yep.
Let me just get that up. Yep, that's good.
Well, no, quick action still applies.
It just says for the first round, during the first round of any combat.
Oh, right, yes.
So it wouldn't apply now.
Yeah. But there's only one enemy
Okay.
left, so you don't need to worry too much.
Okay,
Flash.
so
First round again.
I will. So for bonus damage, is this damage that is going to be lethal, or damage that will
It's non-lethal.
or damage that will kill?
It's non-lethal because you're punching.
Okay, that's fine. Bonus damage it is then.
How much?
The
The R means
How
it's
much can I do?
the R says repeatable. So
Repeatable.
there's currently 6 momentum in the pool. How much do you want to spend?
How rough is this guy looking?
Eh.
I'll spend 3.
I still want to talk to him.
You spend 3.
Likewise, I'll spend an extra 3. Leave a few extra in the party fund just.
Okay. So roll your dice and add 3 to how many dice you're rolling. Oh wait, no, it just says
Okay.
add +1 damage, so it's not 3 extra dice, it's just 3 extra damage on top of it. So yeah, roll your dice.
3d6, right?
I believe so, wasn't it? Your security's 2, isn't it?
Yes, my security's 2. Yeah. Yeah, and then it's a +1 on top of that, so
3d6.
that takes up. Oh, that's one of What?
It's only 1 damage. Unfortunate.
Well, is that not
Oh,
four
what? I thought
together?
one.
Has he
I
got
thought
the
ones were
momentum?
good.
Well, no, you get
That is true.
yeah, so 4 damage in total because of the momentum spent.
Oh. Wait, are ones not good? I thought ones were good.
They
On
are
a-
good,
on a
but threes
D20.
that are shit.
It's it's just
Oh, right.
yeah,
Ah, right. No worries then.
3s and 4s are bad.
Damn.
I'm just gonna be right back again. Sorry, guys.
No worries at all.
No worries.
So next,
Would be
one of you
him.
guys. He's already went.
Oh. Fair.
Sure. Well, I still want to heal the captain, but he's still in melee, so I guess I'll just go up to this other guy and like whack him over the head with the med kit or something.
Daring
He's
security.
dragging out.
Daring security roll.
Security, that's me at an 11. I'll spend a bunch. I'll do the same as I did last time. I'll flop 2 on the momentum.
Yep.
Hope to get at that. Okay, that's 3 successes again.
Nice. His roll. 1 success. 2 momentum generated.
So I can just run up like, pack it in!
Roll your d6 for untapped potential as well.
Is that a single?
It is indeed. Hey, 2 extra. So you actually generated more than you spent. Which is always good. And then roll your security plus 1.
What have I missed?
Whack this guy over the head with a med kit because I'm like, I want to heal the captain and you're in the way.
So security plus 1 in d6.
3.
For 1 damage. Dunk!
Nobody said I was strong.
He does not seem pleased.
He's
I'm
still
sorry.
up.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go
Damn.
to sleep, go to sleep.
I need you. Hey!
One of you again.
Bye. Seeing as everyone else is doing it, I think I'm just, Jax is just gonna shrug and just charge in for an unarmed strike.
Now here's the fun part.
With a mean right hook.
You've got a mean right hook. Which means you
Wait,
do...
that's actually an ability?
Yeah, it's a feat. It means you do additional 1 damage for every effect rolled on the damage dice. So if you roll a 5 or a 6 on your d6s, you do more damage.
Okay.
Yeah, vicious is well, it's in the word vicious. So do you want to spend any dice to make sure you hit him?
How many have we got?
5 currently.
I'll spend 1 there.
Yep.
So what is it then?
That'll be your 3d6 then, won't it? No, 3d20. Woohoo!
All hit.
Oh, are they daring security? All 3 hit?
Which one? Daring.
Daring security.
16, so yeah.
Thought so. So that's 3 successes. 3 successes against his.
Liam!
1 success and a complication.
Oh, no.
No, they get the complication, not me.
So they're back up to full momentum. Damage. Security plus 1.
Security is 5, so 6 of what? 1d6?
Yep, 66. Security
Better
officers.
be kind, roll. Oh!
3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Rolled 8 there.
Up to the 5.
7, 8. Oh, it has. Yeah,
It's
Yes.
exploded again. I have no idea how to do it when it doesn't do
it's
that.
it's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then,
I'll just put it to normal for now. Or none?
You deal 6 damage. And knock
Is
him
that with the vicious right hook?
because of meat and right hook. So you just go crack. You hit him you actually do hit him in the jaw, and like there is a bit of like a crack noise as you do it. You have broken his jaw, and he like goes off the ground a bit and flops as you knock him unconscious.
Is that both of them unconscious now? Or
Yep.
is there still one up?
Both are unconscious now.
Carefully. You almost dented my hand.
He did have a pretty hard skull, but you still managed to crack it.
Can no one be civil these days?
Hey. Everyone else was punching first.
You
I
did
just
that
joined the
first
no.
time.
I just joined the fray.
I believe she was referring to these fine gentlemen who thought fit to attack us without provocation.
I mean,
What do you think?
space pirates.
Wrap them up? Ask questions?
No,
That's exactly what I was planning to do.
I would say more restrained than rap, but you know.
I'd say tie them to each other. Back to
Yeah.
back.
Let's say time to a rock.
I
We
was
don't
thinking
want them
face to face.
spider crawling away now. Just before we do wrap them up, I'd like to remove their knives from them and their weapons from their
You can.
personnel.
Yep.
Agreed.
I'm gonna look through the whatever.
Maybe I could take one
What
of
were you
these
chuckling?
home.
They have 2 disruptors and 2 knives.
Can
I'll
I
take
take the knife?
And like an old-fashioned like comms device as well.
Ooh, look at that.
It isn't like it's an old-fashioned as in design, but not actually old.
So yeah,
I'll
I'll tie them up, and I want to see if I can wake them up. I'll wake one of them first. I'll wake them one at a time.
It's just the one without a jaw that's a bit wonky.
So
I crouch down in front of them and just like tap them on the face.
they don't seem to come to. They might need some like minor medical sort of treatment just to bring to. They'll be out for a couple of hours at this stage.
No insults.
Your combat is bleak at this stage.
This is Revin. And what's the situation?
Captain, we've picked up a new distress signal from the Susquehanna. She's on the planet somewhere, and somebody seems to be transmitting. We've lost contact with exactly who. We weren't able to establish contact with the individual, but we have something to go on. We're going to. We're departing. No, not on the planet. Duh. We've picked up a new distress signal from the Susquehanna. She's still out there. Somebody's alive and transmitting. We've lost contact, but we're going to depart to intercept the signal. We need you to investigate the planet with the alien. We need you to continue to investigate the alien signal. I will be back. We will be back shortly.
Okay. Keep us updated of your progress. Yes, and keep us updated of your progress. Yes,
Yes, Captain.
Seen shows like this.
and Godspeed.
As you see that, you can see in orbit the ship starts to pull away. As you pull out tricorders at this stage, So there are 3 things of note in the area. The alien signal seems to be coming from several kilometers to the east. The 2 Starfleet comm badges register as being nearby. And also to the north, you see a thin pillar of smoke.
Your call, Captain.
We can't leave these 2. We can't leave these 2 here. They'll no doubt free themselves and become an obstacle to us. I say let's wake one of them up, and see if we can get some information.
You notice coming down to the surface a shuttlecraft from the Plymouth.
I'll
They were
just
leaving. Leaving.
That was
The
our
crew
one.
just Plymouth is our one.
Big one. Big
Yes.
one leaving. Little shuttlecraft is.
Yeah, the shuttlecraft's coming down and lands on the surface nearby your position.
Everyone on
Yeah.
board?
Think of a name for a random crewman. Go with it.
Oh,
Crewman Bob.
Johnson. Oh.
no, yeah, John Johnson. Oh, no, sorry, he's...
Pilot.
What's that?
Pilot Johnson.
Pilot Any Man. Mr. Any Man.
Is this an old gentleman or a young gentleman?
What do you think, guys? Young or old?
It depends. What kind of role do they pursue?
Well, they're a pilot.
Wait, I have an actor in my head for no reason at all, but I'm getting the picture of him.
Go for it. I'll let you know then.
Do it, do it, do it.
There's no reason for this guy to be in my head, but this is who immediately popped in my head for some reason when you said John Johnson.
Is it Cave Johnson?
No, it's not. I have no idea who it is. I can't remember his name.
Oh!
John Hamm.
John Hamm, yeah.
Oh my god,
I'll tell you who it should be.
Yeah,
John Barrowman.
No.
No?
You already have John Barrowman.
Hello!
Yeah.
John
Oh,
Barrowman's playing your captain.
I'm okay living with this situation.
Yeah. So no. Okay. So he's in his 30s. He seems. So it's actually Lieutenant Johnson.
Lieutenant Johnson.
what is
What's the
everyone's
situation?
ranks?
Captain.
You're captain, I know that
Senior
much.
Chief.
Senior Chief
Lieutenant.
Petty Officer is Krona's full title, which is
Okay.
like the non-military title or the non-officer track title.
And Hut.
Emphasis on the petty.
You're like
Thank you.
you're like the person that's friends with the Lower Decks, which if you haven't watched Lower Decks, go watch Lower Decks at some point. You'll, even if you don't know Star Trek, it's amazing.
Is that the animated one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, one of the two animated ones.
It's not the thing that Seth MacFarlane did, is it?
Yes, but it's
no.
It's
Wait.
he did.
Oh no, that's the Orville, isn't it?
Oh,
It
also,
is?
yeah, that's...
Yeah, no, he did the Orville.
But it's in that sort of Seth MacFarlane
Okay,
style.
that might be my entrance to Star Trek, then.
It's funny.
If it's crude adult humour, that will be my entry.
Oh yeah, it is. But it's also set in the crew location, so where they all have bunks and stuff like that, rather than their own personal rooms. It's it's the
The
nitty
lower
gritty.
ranks.
It's the nitty gritty. It's just called the Lower Decks for that
The
reason.
nitty
It's
gritty.
it's this is where all the actual work gets done.
That's fine.
It's interesting. So yeah, that petty officers and stuff like that are quite acquainted with a lot of those individuals, even for somebody on senior staff like yourself. What's everybody else's rank? So we have one.
Senior lieutenant.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 junior lieutenants, petty officer, captain, and I'm a commander.
No full-blown lieutenants, no lieutenant commanders amongst your lot. Mostly because the two people here are junior grade couldn't be higher than that. Because untapped potential actually precludes you being higher than lieutenant junior grade.
I'm happy with this.
And veteran, you need to be at least a lieutenant commander. Because, yeah. It's one of those interesting little quirks in the system, but I like it. So, what are you doing? What's the plan?
I want to interrogate people because it's what I'm good at. A lot of overlapping between negotiation and interrogating.
The gaping hole in the side of our captain.
The stab wound. Yep, you can dress the
Yep.
stab wound. Give me a... Where do we start?
Home badges are still 100 meters away, so it's not pretty far.
It's not even a bandage for this one, so you pull out a dermal regenerator. Give me a controls medicine roll. Three successes, I believe, because your emergency medicine does indeed apply here. You're already maxed out, so unless you currently have 3 beanies to spend. Bring up core rulebook, because now I'll need to check the medicine stuff and see how it works. So treating wounds. Okay, book. You don't want to play. Fair enough. So there was no imminent fear, yeah. Yep, it is indeed control medicine, and my apologies, just a second. It's not a role I'm actually familiar with, so I'm just...
Oh, that's badass.
Oh?
Oh, sorry. Someone tagged me quickly into something. Apparently the new headliner of the new Monster Hunter has been added to the final boss of the original game.
Ooh.
As an assisting. The idea is that partway through the battle, the headliner jumps in and assists you, saying basically, "That's it, I'm sick and tired of you being the leader, I'm taking a little bit back." And they've done that for the new head creature as well, which is actually kind of badass. They didn't have to do it, but they did.
I keep trying to rub my face because I'm really tired.
Yeah, I'm going to be right.
My hairline and the tip of my nose is ever so slightly burnt, so every time I do it, it really hurts.
It would.
Oh no.
Yep, that sounds about right. So, first aid. Sorry, almost there. It's not first aid really, but it's afterwards. Recovering from stress. Injury and healing. There we go. Control medicine task. Difficulty of 2. Let me see. No, that's not it. So, regaining stress. Come on. Come on.
Come on,
It's not written down standard at all.
Damn.
You have chosen the worst task known to man.
Nah, I just don't know it. Because I don't play... Neither of my characters were medicine characters at all.
I think I'm going to call it here for the night because I'm
Okay.
really tired and I have work in the morning. So.
To be honest,
Oh god.
That's okay, man.
once we finish this, we will probably be doing that,
I'm getting a bit.
doing such as well. So if you give me just a minute here, and I'll.
Okay. I can survive like 10 more minutes.
Yeah, no, we're not going to continue because there is obviously a branching path at this point. which is easy enough to. How much stress damage did you take, Ethan?
I believe I took 4.
Wrong.
I believe the answer is 4.
Then 2 momentum spend to get rid of that. So you're back up to full.
Hell yeah.
And
Nice.
I will allow you to use your last leftover momentum to create an advantage. You can wake up. You can wake up one of the guards with your additional. So pretty much, you don't even use up the full amount of hyperspray that you would normally do. Hyperspray is pretty much just a fancy injection, sort of.
Drugs.
Pretty much fancy drugs. This one was like sprayed onto the wound, like a Pokemon potion near enough to suture it. Yeah. And there's enough of it left over, you believe it'll actually help. It could wake up one of the prisoners.
Prisoners is a bit of a harsh word. Let's call them hostages.
No, they're prisoners.
Feet for you. And that and this.
You said advantages. Is there anything else we can use it for?
No. Well,
Oh, okay.
it's the one that makes sense in this situation. You can create an advantage because you wake one of them up, and what do you want to ask them?
True. Yeah.
Hi there. You're currently a prisoner of Starfleet, and you're going to answer some questions.
So they're just getting that sort of grumble.
I intimidate.
You could try, yes.
Look, you're gonna give us what we want to hear. Otherwise, you might end up like your buddy there. We don't want that now, do we? You want to go home, right? Survive?
What do you wish to know, Federation Dog?
Well, you can tell us why. You can tell us what you're doing here, and why you're shooting at us.
The same reason you're here. The signal.
What's so special about it? Or are you even unaware of that?
Not at this stage. Not at this stage. We don't really know ourselves.
Why did you shoot at us?
They kind of like stop for a second, and they're like, because they're Federation dogs. They were here to stop us.
More likely we were here for your survival's sake. One was if that thing, whatever it is, maybe too much for you. Maybe then someone of higher standards is needed to wield it.
Easy. We're not here to conquer or prove ourselves better than anyone. All we're here to do is keep the peace.
Yes,
Make
sir.
sure whatever the signal isn't used for dangerous purposes. That includes, and I will address this to the 2 pirates. That includes, it was piracy, illegal weapon testing, or anything else that you like to partake. So I will ask you nicely. I would strongly advise you to be truthful before either one of my colleagues here, and I will indicate to Valeria and Crota. use more extreme methods to get the information. Now,
I click my gun to kill just as a not actually doing anything, just as a threat.
It's not a click. It's literally everything's touchscreen in this game. in this, it's just like. Okay.
now. What? Now. How many more of you are there here?
It depends how many survived.
Survived what?
Is that plume of smoke over there the rest of your men?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Insight. Is there a way I can insight? Is anyone here good at insights? What's the equivalent of insight?
Command insight. Sure, insight's a thing.
Command.
Command.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Command plus
hold
insight.
on. I think. Oh, wait. I'm good at command.
Yeah.
I got 10 on that one.
Oh. 7. I've got 12 total.
Same.
I have 15 total.
There it is.
Is pretty good at telling if people are lying. You are Kirk, so you're not very good at that.
That is why I'm letting Valeria do this one.
Which is also
Can I take
why
an
he
extra
falls.
die?
Which is why Kirk falls. Yes, you can indeed.
Extra die, please. Oh, that's one success.
Balls.
Ooh.
Well, now.
Because you're not playing D&D.
Can I
I'm
see
acting
that?
first. Doesn't matter. Does one success do anything?
You believe he's mostly telling the truth. He doesn't know how many. Is what you can guess from that.
Look, we don't really have time for ums and ahhing, so please just be direct. If you don't know, just say it.
I don't.
Good.
When we came to,
You just saw us and started shooting.
But-
Fabulous.
boss gave us the order, we came down here.
Okay.
Who's your boss?
Did you crash?
You don't know who your boss is?
I don't know who pays us, but, you know, names aren't given out too often. We just know he's the boss.
Oh, great.
You know, anonymity's smart. But we are here for the same reason you're so predictable. We're here for the same reason you did. Followed the comm badges.
You're probably here for monetary gain, whereas we're just here to make sure no one's hurt.
Or using whatever this is to hurt people.
Makes
That's
sense.
scientific.
Anyway, we don't really know what to do with you, but I think our brig will suit you nicely when our ship comes back.
Agreed.
This is why I sent the shuttle down.
Yeah.
The shuttle can set up force fields to hold them.
I will turn to our lovely security officer,
Lovely Johnson.
Johnson, and throw these two in a force field. Keep them cozy.
Right away, Captain. He's probably have to help
and then
him back, but you probably have to help him back with that stuff. But he sets them in, turns on the security force field.
After they have water and things, we don't want them to suffer.
Well, there's a replicator on the shuttle.
Oh, fine.
The shuttles are actually these shuttles. The runabout class of shuttles is more used for sort of short distance. It does actually have a warp drive built in as well, but it can only go warp 2 or 3 or stuff. So it's more for like short distance travel. So it does actually have environmentals. It has obviously, yeah, warp engine, impulse engines. It has a single phaser for front arc and everything. Hardly any weapons on it, but it is actually set up to carry about 10 people at a stretch, usually about 5 or 6. 2 people crewing it at the front.
Just make sure that they have some food and water.
Obviously, yeah, they give them the check over just to see if they're... But they seem to be in a decent enough state. As much as they know about Nausicaan physiology.
Right. One final question. What is the likelihood that your friends will shoot us if we appear on that hill?
Pretty high.
So, thank you very much for your cooperation.
We found we saw their shuttle as well, didn't we?
I think that's the one with the big plume of smoke, isn't it?
That was the assumption.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did we confiscate any communicators from them?
You did indeed.
I would
Martin's.
hand one of... Oh yeah, well if Martin's already got them then, yeah. I'll just turn to him and say, Hey, reckon you can tap into those communicators, see if we can tap into their communications, see what they're up to.
I mean, aye. We got like all the channels open, and even hit the mute button.
Give me a control security roll to hack.
Oh, security 13. Let's see here. Nope.
You attempt to hack the device, but you're finding the encryption levels too high for yourself to deal with.
Something I can maybe back him up on.
If you wish to roll an assist, you can. But actually, rolling an assist wouldn't actually help here. The way the assist rules work in the system is the initial person still has to get a success for the assist to help it.
Okay, so can I punch it to see if it helps? That's an unconventional tactic.
So the chief scientist and the chief engineer just standing looking at calm going,
Aye, I don't know what the Wi-Fi password is.
Encryption level, it's the encryption level, it's the security level on it more than
Whack
anything.
it. Whack it.
I tried 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm out.
Have you tried turning it off and on?
You don't have the specific equipment required for properly hacking something.
Maybe we could threaten the other pirate boys to,
I would, but it is, however, now 11:30.
have a, yeah.
So, to let people go and get their sleep, we will stop it there. Yeah, we'll stop it there for tonight. And we'll finish up this adventure next week.
Yes.
Alright.
Hope you are enjoying it so far. It's an interesting system, hopefully.
Who's getting the second
Nah,
rifle?
it's pretty cool, actually.
Who's getting the second rifle?
Oh, it's not a rifle, it's a pistol. Disruptor
No,
pistol.
I'll take 2. I'll take 2.
I'll pick up the knife.
Disruptors do not have a stun setting. They are.
I'll stay for the legs.
They do one thing and one thing only. Vaporize.
Alright, so
That's good for doors.
can I crush that underfoot? Crush the gun underfoot?
Ooh.
It'll go boom, but you could probably just turn it off.
What do you... See if it fits the doors. Yeah. Screw keys.
I'm definitely taking one of the knives.
Yeah.
Implement it into the mean right hook. I love how just my base screen makes me turn extremely blue.
I noticed. Yeah. Damn, you're not I wish you were playing a blue species now. There are a few of those. But yeah, join us again next week. We'll finish up, hopefully, the adventure, and yeah, the one shot will continue as it becomes a 2-shot. See you all next week.
Again, I'm punished
See you
for
later,
not taking
guys.
notes.
Bye.